Every nigga everywhere I go, man. Juicy J, shut the fuck up!
Yeah, spin that shit.
Memphis nigga everywhere I Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Every nigga everywhere I go.
Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Every nigga everywhere I go.
Eyes all red like city gear. Nigga. Draw down on him, make a fuck nigga. Give it here, Jeff number 1. I'm the rookie of the year. Wanna see a match street, make a nigga disappear. Real Memphis nigga when I'm looking in the mirror. Yo,
Memphis nigga everywhere I go, this the remix.
Ay.
Memphis nigga going up like the G-Mix.
Ay. Everybody outside, it's the freak nigga. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Fuck nigga. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it.
Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
Let's get it. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Let's get it.
Memphis nigga everywhere I big head that hoe. Memphis shit, that's how I feel. Check might check me a hoe. Might flame me a hoe. Spit a little game on a hoe. Never spent change on a hoe. Memphis nigga everywhere I go.
He ain't even been to the city before. Fuck nigga. He ain't even been to the city. He ain't even been to the city before. Let's get it. Nigga came once, but he can't come back no more. These Memphis nigga when I drop my low. Yo, nigga want smoke, let's go. Yo, bitch want smoke, fuck nigga, I call Big Glow. Yo,
Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Okay. Memphis bitch everywhere I let's get it. Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Okay. Memphis bitch everywhere I on the count. Memphis bitch everywhere I go. Might take a bitch nigga, might take a nigga hoe. Riding down French be coolin'. With some hot boys still doing donuts in the smoke. Getting money ass bitch, that's me. That's me. Tomato fruit M's and I still want more. Now if Memphis bitch got hard. Win, lose, or draw, bitch, I still want smoke. I ain't shit but 25. Let's go. Already a legend up in my seat. Bump down, bump 3-6. Hey, man, play me some of that pimpin'. Gangsta ass bitch, stay muggin'. Everywhere I go, I'm thuggin'. Memphis bitch, everywhere I go. Let's go. And everywhere I go, they love me.
Yeah, Memphis nigga everywhere I step through. 3-6 Mafia and Gangsta Boo. You know what it is, my nigga. My city full of gorillas that ain't from the zoo. North Memphis nigga so infamous. Rest in peace, Lord Infamous. Old school nigga with the pole in the cut. I hear making easy money tryna pimp a slut. Fraser Boulevard and a car all candy. South Memphis bitch, she ain't wearing no panties. She ain't never been nowhere outside our city. I'm a draper in Dior and I'ma take it to the Grammys. Memphis nigga everywhere I step on the scene. Ride through Evergreen, blowing Getty Green. Give a little bad bitch a hug. With all this water on me, she gon' have a wet dream. You don't know nothing about Hyde Park. You don't really wanna stop by after dark. Even Nick Cage know the city I'm reppin'. Have a nigga scat pack go to 60 seconds. 20 years plus I'd have been in this thing. And a nigga like me ain't never gon' change. Rollin' up dope while I'm sitting so close. I can walk on the floor at the Grizzly game.
I want EP and chicken and dogs. She wanna receive under the heart. I'm with Lil P and I'm motherfucking pot. I be like Cheeky, we say squat. Nigga there.
Ayy, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Get 100 bread a piece when I'm in the stove. Parkway Village, I'm a native. Still had a duck posted up in the Dover. Young nigga wanna be like Craig Pettis, bro wanna be G-Train. Afghanistan top tier, tell Biden send us to Ukraine. Drake made sure we try global. Let me tell you about Poplar. We'll stop and deals go for a couple bucks, she'll take it so. East Memphis, that's in that league. North Memphis, that's got it. South Memphis, long live flipper. West Memphis, that ain't Memphis. On EP, eating chicken at Dodge before a nigga went vegan. Might get his 6P from Crumpets. All done left, it's the best jack. Is she from Memphis with a bun on? She give more head than a lace front. Me go my partner from back in the day, but I heard he hit him a lace blunt. Tell white folks he my nigga. Hey Max Snoop, I got a beer for you. From a city where you win it, they don't even really wanna even cheer for you. Deep down they be hating on you, but too quick to say I love you. In Memphis it's a red flag if she ain't blood and she say brother. Everybody gotta switch in this bitch. Game be beefing with clicks. Tell DJ yo where the dream ball at. I'm tryna stomp some shit. 2016 at the Delta Fair in the corn maze, you could die there. Long live J Money Truler, when he died, whole city had tears. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. I don't care if it was Idaho. Before Ja, it was Mike Cullen. Before Jaren, it was Zebo. In the lead, don't get his credit, but I'm really hometown hero. Might use a key to the city just to lock my back door. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Memphis nigga everywhere I go. Oh, Memphis nigga everywhere.
Low key niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. How y'all doing? We're picking up where we left off last night with Cassandra, Hopson, Jordan complaining and crying and shit. I'm gonna just play the audio. Let me know if y'all can hear it in the background. I'm about to play it. Let me know if y'all can hear it fine.
Well, when I look at the number,
Well, when I really look at the number, it's actually questionable because a lot of voters did not come out. And for certain individuals to call me and stress to me that you really should have a lawyer to challenge it. Yeah.
You should have a lawyer come out and challenge it because you got 152 votes and he got like 35, 3,600, whatever it was. You should come out and challenge because clearly, even though he got more votes against Tiffany than he did against you, it should be challenged because clearly they wanted you to lose.
Okay. Let's see.
They backed out about the number.
Okay. Do you think something needs to change in the way politics goes?
Repeat that question again.
Do you think something needs to change in the way politics go?
Most definitely. And this is why I had on that Saturday at the early voting, catered to lunch to bring all of the candidates and their work together. Because people need to learn that in politics, it doesn't have to be nasty. You don't have to degrade one another. It doesn't have to be splendid. You can run a race and still treat each other with human decency, and it doesn't have to take all of that. So when I did that, and we all decided to, do lunch and break bread together on that Saturday before the election, a lot of people actually came up to me and pulled me to the side, and they were saying, "I thank you," because in politics, we've never ever seen anything like this done before. Like you actually had people that were running against each other, actually laughing and talking and holding a conversation. And this is what politics should look like. We got to stop with all the food.
Believe it or not, ma'am, that's how it operates everywhere. When they get out the office, them folk be kicking it and shit, playing golf together and stuff. They don't really hate each other. Come on now. You didn't think that at your old advanced age, you didn't think that, did you, Pastor? We know this. Ma'am, when we understand that Barack and Bush grew up playing together and shit. We understand. Democrat, Republican. We're not swayed by it. We understand this. Politics is a job just like everything else.
And all the slander and all the crazy stuff. When I look at these YouTubers, I'm like, a lot of them is just crazy. Like, it's not that serious. I look at the lady love chick.
Your mammy crazy, ho. Hey, First Lady Brown. Your mammy crazy. Talk about a lot of these YouTubers are crazy. Bitch, you a YouTuber and you crazy. What the fuck?
We got to stop with all the foolishness and all the slander and all the crazy stuff. When I look at these YouTubers, I'm like, a lot of them is just crazy. Like, it's not that serious. I look at the lady love chick, whoever she is. She's so adamant about discrediting me. And I'm like, sweetheart, you need to be trying to figure out your own life. Clearly, you're confused about who you are. But you're so adamant about coming after me, coming after a person that you don't even know. You never even met me. Now, I can come after you. And trust me, I can be very foul, but I choose not to do that. But I want this chick to go somewhere and get her life. Like, you don't want me to go there with you. Because I know me, and I can be very foul.
Why don't you let God handle her? I'm just saying, you a pastor. Why don't you let God handle her, ma'am? You ain't got that much faith in him?
But I choose not to do that. But I want to show people that even in politics,
you have already been ignorant. Man, what? First Lady, you came out calling motherfuckers stupid, talking about people did this, people did that. It respect your personal space and yada, yada, yada. And what have they done? Talking about the folks' kids and shit. You done the most. Call motherfuckers stupid for not buying them ragged ass properties in Dalton. This is what are you talking about, ma'am? What are you talking about? Good morning, Terry. How you doing?
I wish you would stop doxing me, sir. I already got people after me.
You started it.
I already got hoes after me,
So
and you
join
just
the club.
making me.
Join the club as long as they don't pull up. Fuck it.
I'm just at all.
So
I'm just
if you
at
go,
all.
I couldn't pull that list up on the website. I guess it's only a mobile feature, so I'm gonna have to just do a screen recorded live and do my shit. Cause I thought I was gonna start this live off with it, but yeah, it don't show up on the computer version, which sucks.
Hey, First Lady Brown. Hey, girl.
That would have been a lot of things.
You can be much nicer than what you are. You don't have to cutthroat. I mean, this stuff is so cutthroat. People will literally sell their mother a position. I'm looking at the dirty deeds that have just been done, and I'm like, is it really that serious?
Who done sold their mama to get a seat?
Okay, so why did you say all those things about the fire department when they are not responsible for?
Well, let me tell you about the fire department. First and foremost, the fire department, they should.
Damn, but you didn't even let her finish the motherfucking question. She is reading questions from the chat, and you ain't even let her finish. Why did you attack them? Let me tell you about the fire department. Ma'am, can she finish the question?
About the fire department when they are not responsible for.
Well, let me tell you about the fire department. First and foremost, the fire department, they should have been up at the fire station, manning the fire station. Now, I've lived in Hopson for 17 years. I've never seen that.
So you think all the firefighters were at a voting station or wherever the fuck they was, and the station was unattended? You really think that's how they went? You're stupid.
Much of the fire department. And I get it. You want your contract, you want to make sure your pensions and all that stuff is in order. But I believe when you have your fire department and your police department, you shouldn't involve yourself in politics. You should stay away from that stuff. And to see how they act, Clean House 2025. But I bet you can't, if a fire breaks out on your block, I bet you that fire hydrant doesn't work. Focus on doing your job and stop focusing on politics.
Who's responsible?
I've never seen those guys that much. But now that you got your
Well, unfortunately, Tiffany was playing politics with them people where they was talking about striking and suing. They stopped it to where they're not striking and suing. Now they can focus on the fire hydrants working, man. But you can't work on getting the fire hydrants to work if you don't have firefighters. That was the whole reason of them speaking out. They were speaking out because they were saying we about to strike and all this shit gonna burn down. Ma'am, how old is this woman?
contract signed. And it's such a little short one. I'm like, I have to go up to him like, why do you make love so much? Like, he walking around giving people death sentence. Like, no. So
you walked up to a complete stranger and asked them why they mean mugging. Meanwhile, can't nobody ask you shit. Can't nobody walk up to you and ask you why you mean mugging. Can't nobody walk up to you and ask you why you talking shit about Jason House. But you in your brain feel like it's okay for you. That's the problem with these bitches. They feel like they can do what the fuck they want to do to you. Then when you cuss them out and call them a bitch, you the bad guy. Leave me the fuck alone. Quit playing so goddamn much. Why are you able to fuck with me, but then if I fuck back with you, it's a problem? Why are you able to trigger me? Then when I trigger your ass back, it's a problem. It don't matter how old they are.
Because on my watch, hey, you did what you did with that fire truck. Your ass would have been fine. Where can you go and do the stuff that you do and you still have the job? So Tiffany was not lying about the fire truck. You took the whole fire truck and played the prank with it. But you couldn't go in other neighborhoods to do that. But you do stuff like that in the black community and you still.
Hey, I ain't going. How you been, sis? How have you been? Long time no see. You and Raina just in y'all done got promotions and forgot about it, nigga. Where's my drop? I gotta play the right one for you. Here we go. This one for you can't handle it. I ain't going.
We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister.
Yeah, that's right.
That's your job. So he kind of blessed that I did not get that big because his little ass would have been fine.
Oh, I was about to say, ma'am, Tiffany, as a trustee, was able to get arrested for stealing and still got to keep her job, and she still got to be mayor. Remember the Michael Smith guy she was gonna hire? Yeah, he pled guilty to stealing gas, and he still was gonna be able to get a position and stuff. So I mean, why are you so hard on a firefighter, G? His job is minimal compared to the people y'all is putting in positions of authority. This nigga just put out fires.
Okay, I'm looking for questions.
Point out what Tiffany said is right, but you won't point out what Tiffany has done that's wrong, and that's why people called you a plant. I think you just an old, angry, bitter feminist bitch. That's what I think you are. But then I don't think you a feminist because then you be attacking all the women around Jason. So I'm confused. I just think you angry and bitter.
Looking for questions. Oh, did you give a concession speech?
No, I don't need to.
I don't need, well, when you got 152 votes, you never really were in the race. So I agree. You don't need to concede to something that you never were in any goddamn way. 152 motherfucking votes. And she's sitting up here popping it like she owned.
Oh, Trina, where did you go? Trina, come back on. Get your butt back on here. Trina says the fire department is supposed to check the fire hydrants. Okay. You also participate in the bashing and slander. You are always talking bad on others constantly.
Tell them to let go. You done had your mama with me, and at this point.
What you mean, let it go? It's a true statement, bitch. You talking about everybody else and what they do, and the person simply pointed out, motherfucker, you do it too. Let it go. Take your own advice then, bitch. Let it go. Let Jason drinking problem go. Let whatever Keanu Belcher and them go, bitch.
Okay. You also participate in the bashing and slander. You are always talking bad on others constantly.
Tell them to let it go. You done had your mama with me, and at this point, let it go.
Yeah. Let's see here. Bashing people.
Yeah. Okay. Your candidate got the seat, so go focus on it and make sure your candidate is doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Ooh, she mad. What exactly is he supposed to be doing, though? Just exactly. What is he supposed to be doing? He said they're going to try to pull them out of debt. Now, keep in mind, this man hadn't even assumed the position, and she telling folk already, make sure he doing what the fuck he's supposed to be doing, and he just the mayor-elect. He's still a damn trustee. Tiffany is still in power. Shit, that nigga ain't even got in the office yet, and she hating. What's going on? This lady is triggering. She is definitely triggering. I don't know first. I don't even know who the fuck these. I didn't really do no commentary on Trina. I don't know who Countess is, and I didn't do no commentary on that lady right there. Other than that, when I found out she was running at the meeting, I was doing the meeting. I just asked who the fuck she was, but I didn't do no extensive coverage on her, which is why I'm baffled that the bitch blocked me on Facebook. If y'all know me, I don't even talk in dogs in politics like that. That's where she would have had to block me at. I won't be over there like that. Hell, I didn't ask it after Tiffany lost. I was over there fucking with people because they wouldn't stop talking about it. I'm like, damn, let the bitch do something. Y'all is pulling up pictures from a coat from 2 years ago. Like, you niggas get a life. Then it ain't even content creators doing it. It's just niggas that's bored.
Okay. Does anybody have a
keep in mind, Tiffany been in office for 4 motherfucking years. How come? And they had all types of contentions with the fire department. But why in the fuck didn't she have the fire hydrants working? You blaming Jason House for the motherfucking fire hydrants working. He a trustee. The mayor gets no blame. How the fuck does that work? And every goddamn week we heard a State of the Union from the Public Works Department and everybody else. Fire chief talked, and your ass wasn't at no motherfucking meetings talking about, hey, the fire hydrants don't work. Why didn't your black ass say anything about this until you lost? Even when you said you was running for mayor, you didn't mention nothing about no damn fire hydrants.
Here's a question. Thank you. Questions. Are you aware that insanity is to continuously do something in the same manner and expect a different result, not retardation? Yeah, I don't like retardation. I don't like that word. Have you accepted the fact that you are not the people's choice?
Once again, if people pay attention.
First lady, what case? They spanked him. It can't still be going on. They whooped his ass. Now, Flint ain't as interesting as Flint ain't got no Tiffany. They ain't got no Tiffany. Man. I saw Jed up there the other day, but they ain't got no Tiffany. If something interesting pop off though, I might be on it.
If people pay attention, you never care whether I got to see it or not. My goal was to run for mayor, and I did that, so I can get that off my head. I said in the beginning.
Hall versus YouTube is a classic case of a nigga fucking with you, doing some low down shit to you, but then when you do it times 10, it's a motherfucking problem. That's what Hall versus YouTube was. But he started the fuck shit first. Fuck the talking back and forth. That ain't the fuck shit. He know what the fuck shit is. He got it done to him times 10, and he went crying to the white man, and they didn't help him. Now he trying to sue because they didn't help him. But bruh, had you not did the fuck shit, it could have just been, we did our videos and the nigga moved the fuck on with life, but you a sore loser. And then you did all of this fake ass suing YouTube shit to embarrass your goddamn self. I think the second part where they motion to dismiss, where they tore your ass up. I started to read it, but I was like, fuck it. You know you ain't going nowhere with this shit. You wasted your damn money and time typing that shit up yourself. How come you ain't had that towel wearing motherfucker that you had send me them fake ass emails about suing me? Type your case up. How come I ain't heard nothing back about this shit? They were supposed to sue me for $200. They were trying to extort me and make me apologize. Nothing came of that. These niggas be on here capping for 1,500 views.
Before another politician come in and just think they're going to claim a seat, I'm going to make you fight for it. I said that from the beginning. But I'm just clear that people do not listen and pay attention.
Do you think you'll ever go to the township level of politics?
As I said, I got some offers and stuff, but I will not put it out there just yet because I've got to decide if I want to be bothered with it or not.
Okay. Firemen are not plumbers. Yeah, but they have to check the fire hydrants. You wanted the interview. Something is wrong here. Every question she says, don't worry about it.
Listen, at this point, yes, don't worry about it. You got there's most of the people that's asking the crazy questions.
But you didn't answer the questions before you got your ass whooped with them 152 votes.
You were cleaning house 2025, so your candidate got to speak. So now focus on him doing what it is he's supposed to do. My job is to bring life to it. So now,
hey ma'am, I thought you said you wanted to go home and be with family. You sat on an hour for 2.5 hours on the night you got your ass whooped, but you on this panel talking about, are you having a party? No, I want to be around family. You said, fuck your family, didn't it? This here interview was more important and it wasn't even an interview. The lady was just live and you popped your ass up there. Unless y'all pre-playing this. But I'm just saying, what happened to the being with the family?
in the seat. So now let's see if he's going to do what it is he's supposed to do. Because my foot is going to be in his back. I'm going to be at those meetings, raising plenty of hell, like all his supporters were at the meeting, causing havoc and raising hell. So yes, I will.
But ma'am, they were at the meeting causing havoc and raising hell because Tiffany was failing as the mayor. You're saying no matter if he's failing or not, you're just going to be in there raising havoc and causing hell. Now, don't be shocked when they put your ass on the bar list and you ain't gonna be able to get up in there, motherfucker. They can do that. You don't think Tiffany taking a woman's picture off the wall and putting it on the floor, you don't think that's out of order as the leader? You don't think her plan, bitch better have my money as a leader, is okay? The whole Andrew Holmes thing, you think that's cool? The misspending of funds. I ain't say Jason and them misspent any funds. Nope. They ain't say he was on no trips charging shit to credit cards. That's Tiffany. You ain't got nothing to say about that. And the people don't have a right to cause hell and raise havoc when they hear about this. They supposed to just be cool with it, not say nothing.
If he's going to do what it is he's supposed to do. Because my voice is going to be in the day. I'm going to be at those meetings, raising plenty of hell, like all his supporters were at the meeting, causing havoc and raising hell. So yes, I will be there, making sure you do what you're supposed to do. And at this point, I am no longer your concern. Focus in on your candidate.
Now, Cassandra,
she's big man.
Yes, and I agree with Trina. Let's hear her out. That's why you're all here, all 100%.
She asked to be on. Really, there's nothing to hear. The bitch lost. Like, who wants what does the loser have to say? It wasn't too many people. When Tiffany lost, they just laughed, but they wasn't clamoring to talk to this bitch. They was okay if they ain't get no soundbite from her. She was the loser. Who was really trying to talk to Kamala Harris after Trump beat her? She wasn't trying to talk to nobody. It's like in sports, when you the losing team, you don't want to give no interviews and shit. I don't want to talk. I just lost. Not her though. She wanted to talk her ass off after the loss.
Okay, that's why you're here. You want to hear it. So this is an interview. She wanted to come on and speak her mind after the election. Okay, Beach, have a nice day. Okay. You just ran to check it off your list.
No. One of my goals to run from here, and I did that. And now I can take it off my.
One of my life goals on my bucket list was to run for mayor. I did that. I can check it off now. So it really wasn't about the people. It was about you checking something off your motherfucking bucket list. That's what you just said. It wasn't about the town. It wasn't about the dilapidated houses that you said niggas need to flip. It wasn't about the trustees and the city needing to have fire hydrants and potholes fixed. It was about you checking something off your bucket list. At 56.
Okay, fire hydrants are installed, checked, maintained by the Public Works Department. Oh, not the fire department? Okay, Doug, thank you. This is
I know the fire hydrants are maintained by Public Works, but the fire.
Well, you agreed with Trina when she said the fire department is over there. You agreed with her. Because you was talking about the fire hydrant still ain't gonna work, as if that was the fire department's issue. But now you know you didn't correct it or fix it in the process of it. It ain't somebody checked you on it that you educated on whose job it is to have the fire hydrants running.
The department also has a part in that as well.
What it do,
so my
Javon?
thing to them is that if you can come out for an election.
No, the fire department just tests them. They just test them. That's all.
But the fire department also has a part in that as well. So my thing to them is that if you can come out for an election, then you can come out and start testing fire hydrants and make sure that they're working. You get along with fire department and you guys make sure these things are working.
Ma'am, if the fire hydrant ain't working, it's not like y'all private citizens have access to it anyway. The fire hydrant is for them if the shit that they got on the truck and stuff runs out. It's not for y'all. So it's really not a necessity for the fire hydrant to be working no way, motherfucker. You do realize all throughout America, there are streets with no fucking fire hydrants on them, ma'am. It's the reason why. Because fire hydrants to put out no motherfucking fire. Oh, what are we doing here? Y'all see fire hydrants are used for the kids in the goddamn. You didn't know trucks had tanks built into them, ma'am. You didn't know that. That's how they come out spraying. You ain't know that they be hooking the shit up to the truck and they be without a fire hydrant in sight, ma'am. You didn't know that. You didn't understand that's why they be having 3 and 4 trucks at a scene, depending on how big the motherfucking fire is. You didn't know that. In 2025, this bitch is saying y'all ain't got no working fire hydrants. It's the reason that they ain't working, because they didn't drain them motherfuckers because they don't use them. And then if they sit long enough any goddamn way, which most of them have, it's because the shit done rusted the fuck out. They drain the bitches and that's it. I don't know if you knew this, but fire hydrants aren't connected to an active water source, bitch. It's a long reserve thing that they put in the fucking ground. So when it's empty, it's empty. They don't refill them or nothing. And if they don't use them, the water is motherfucking rusty. That's why you be seeing them draining them bitches with rusty water coming out. Oh, this bitch is 56.
Because that's there the fire breaks out. No, this one for a fact does not work. Probably hasn't worked in years.
It don't matter. So it ain't been a fire in there. You ain't never seen a fire break out over there in the fire hydrant. How the fuck you know the fire hydrant ain't worked in years, bitch? Have you tried to open it? How do you determine if a fire hydrant works or not if you're not a fireman and you got tools to open it, bitch? Just out of curiosity. Truth, can you tell if a fire hydrant got water in it or not? How about you, First Lady? You from there. Can you go down the city and be like, oh, that's a working fire hydrant versus another one working? How do you determine this? Didn't they just let this old bitch sit up there and speak this foolishness? I don't understand. I do not understand.
Funo, I hope I pronounced that right. We asked questions beforehand, and these were the same answers you gave them. Well, I'm asking for questions in the chat, so I don't know what was asked before. So, yeah, please bring new questions, not just the same questions that she answered over and over and over again. Hey, Jews, how are you today?
Folks ask what they want to.
But you will be at public meetings. I don't see any questions just yet. You will be at public meetings.
No, she won't.
With a bullhorn, is it? Okay.
That was Trina that had a bullhorn, Conscious. But you knew that though. See, Trina, that's a prime example of her playing in your face. This lady said, I'm gonna be there causing havoc like everybody else. Now, instead of Conscious taking a shot at one of Jason's supporters, she went at Trina. Who the only motherfucker showed up at the thing with a bullhorn? At a meeting with the bullhorn. Who's the only one that did that? In a golf club. Who was known to be outside the meeting with a bullhorn? Saying, tip liar! And all the other shit. Play it in your face, Trina. Play it in your face. Y'all niggas gonna get enough. Now, Jed wasn't actually at the meeting. He was doing protests and stuff. This lady was there. Before Jed showed up, this lady was out there with bull horns hollering and shit. Jed probably got the idea from her loud country ass. Remember, that was one of the clips on his early shows with her in the background, and there used to be a drop of her on a bullhorn outside, Tiff Flyer, and all that other shit she was saying. Yeah, she had a bullhorn when they wasn't letting her in the meetings and shit. Well, it could be a shot at Jed too, but I'm going at the resident who was always there, because Trina said she didn't always been speaking her mind. Man, Superlight had a bullhorn, and she did. She was out there that day, outside the building, hollering. Police had to run her off. She came in there crying about that. I remember, I got one of them impeccable memories.
Q says it's a pleasure, Ms. Hopson Jordan.
Thank you.
My issue is, if all these things were so wrong before, why weren't you so vocal before running for mayor?
Well, here's the thing. I have always been vocal. Once again, just people pay attention.
You have not always been vocal, man. We couldn't find you at NAM meeting, bitch, until you said you was running for mayor. So where were you vocal from? Your dry ass Facebook page that didn't nobody know about? That ain't it. You ain't got no content on your YouTube page. So where the fuck were you vocal at? Your house? 152 people voted for you. You've always been vocal when? The first year, the second year, the third year, or the fourth year?
Certain issues that I have voted on that when we have went up to the village to ask questions about them.
Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say you probably knew that Tiffany wasn't going to win, so no need to focus on her. You feel like Jason was going to be the bigger threat because Tiffany had fucked up. You saw this shit like everybody else. You was like, there's no way in hell they're going to vote this bitch back in. So I could give you the credit for saying, okay, I'm going to just focus on Jason. He's more of a threat. That's why you didn't focus on Tiffany. But still, G. Still, like nothing. You tried to quote her to help you out. Maybe you should have gotten some of them dry ass videos she put out towards the end. Are you gonna be in the Feed the People music video?
Things, and this is the problem. You can never get a straight answer. No one knows what's going on. Like the issue with the housing. There's been houses that I have been up to the village asking questions about for years, but a lot of these people don't pay attention.
The trustees ain't supposed to answer that though. How the fuck the trustees supposed to answer something about the houses? Ain't that the assessor's job? Maybe. I could be wrong.
Because they hear what they want to hear. I've said this over and over, but people pick and choose what they want to hear. I have been vocal for a long time. Even the house that's on my block that has been abandoned, that I have cut the grass, that I have made sure the weeds and stuff they cut down. They finally.
You're doing that because they probably have a program in there. If you cut the grass and stuff for a certain amount of months, and it's an abandoned property, you can take over it. Memphis has a program like that. But I forgot how long you have to cut the yard. It's definitely, it's a good minute. You may have to cut it for like a year. But yeah, that's why you did it, because it benefits you directly. I bet you ain't on your block trying to unclog no motherfucking drains and shit. You see leaves covering it, pollen piles. You ain't trying to go unclog that shit because there ain't no money in it for you.
Showed up because I decided to run for mayor. But I've been up to the village. Me and the residents, we have filed complaints. We have done this certain things numerous of times, but you never get a response. So guess what? In order to get your attention, let me run for mayor. Let me run for a seat if they're so hungry after. So now that I run for mayor, guess what? I got everybody's attention. Yeah.
You got everybody's attention to do what? Ma'am, 152 people voted for you. Don't nobody care Let's see how much attention you get now. Just let's see how much attention you get now. You're a nobody. Don't nobody give a fuck what you got going on. The only way you will get some attention if you just come out here fucking with people. Then they're gonna respond, the ones that got pages. But I don't think too many people are going to, if you just decide to go live and for the next 4 years talk about Jason, I don't think it's gonna be too many people coming out saying you're wrong about Jason. Grown ass man. They're gonna let you talk, but ain't nobody gonna watch you. You're a loser, man. You lost.
You sure did. Thank you.
So now I said, let me do this and get their attention. So now that I have shone the spotlight on it, and now that, guess what?
So it wasn't about the people. It was about getting their attention and crossing something off your bucket list.
I'm going to continue to be a friend support. Now we can get stuff done. Like when my neighbor, the tree fell down. If I posted the video, do you think they would have came and cleaned that thing up as quickly as they did?
The trustees didn't have nothing to do with that shit. Jason House didn't have nothing to do with them people coming to clean up the trees. In fact, that would have been under Tiffany watch. And yeah, we think they would have been out there that quick, because every time a storm happened, we saw Tiffany ass out there with PR, acting like she was out there feeding the people and cutting up trees. I'm just saying.
Because they don't want to look bad, because I'm actually shining a light on the situation.
I named the Cassie 152. We're gonna make that number be known. Cassie 152. Like an inmate number.
Yeah, the trees have been down and they have sat for days and weeks. But when my neighbor tree, dear old Christian with your big face, yeah.
Damn. But then when somebody call her a bitch, they wrong. Like, see, I'm just saying, you can't, that's disrespectful to him. You can't tell him how to respond to disrespect. And somebody like this, what I'm saying, like, what's up with your face?
She got so much to say. When my neighbor tree, and you're like, well, why don't you have family tree? Because it was my neighbor. And my neighbor actually called me. So in order to get.
And she really think that her video, that video probably got 152 views on it. And she think that somebody in the higher ups saw that video and said, hey, we need to get somebody out on Cassie 152 Street ASAP, because you know she a problem out here in these streets. Said nobody ever. Oh shit. I bet that your neighbor called Public Works and let them know it was a tree fucking down. I bet she did that. They didn't just show up randomly. Somebody had to call and report it, you stupid motherfucker. I'm sorry. Public Works don't respond to Facebook videos. They have no idea that you went live on your Facebook page and said it's a tree down. That's not how this shit works at all. And you know this. And your big ass is just sitting up there just saying the most stupidest shit in the world. Then you got an old white bitch up there that sound like a bull dagger and sound like she smoked Pall Mall 100's full flavor, ain't saying, hey, Cassie, you do know that somebody has to call the power being down. Somebody makes a call. Because they don't have like this alarm at Public Works that lets them know when a tree has fallen down in the street. They just don't. People have to call and say, hey, there's trees blocking the street. They're on power lines and things of that nature. And then they come out and they fix the stuff. They don't monitor Facebook pages of bitches that got 152 votes to see if a tree fell down in their neighborhood. That you probably call Public Works too.
The job done. I went live and posted. And the only reason why they changed is because it's election and I'm actually running for mayor and they did not want to look bad.
Who didn't want to look bad? Who exactly didn't want to look bad? Because I'm running for mayor. They didn't want to look bad. Oh, I don't give a fuck about you.
Do you think the transition of mayor will go easy?
At this point, I think it might be, because at this point, I think Tiffany don't walk too fly. You know what? I don't even think she will be there a transition.
And there's a question about being with the Republicans, teaming up with the Republicans.
I'm sorry, say it again.
There was a question, would you consider teaming up with the Republicans?
Well, now, to be honest with you, I actually like the Republicans. We've actually had decent conversations. They actually act like humans and actually can hold the conversation without all the crazy. So, yes.
Jason don't talk to you, though. You mad that man would not talk to you. You mad he wouldn't debate you because he like, debate you for what? Didn't you see how bad I whooped Tiffany? I ain't have to debate this bitch. So why am I going to debate you? Why am I going to give you any more airtime than you already got? I'm not going to help you. Him debating you would have helped you. You probably would have got 200 votes if he would have took a debate with you.
Did have some conversations with some of them.
Okay, if you had the opportunity to run again, what will you bring?
She called y'all Democrats savages.
Bring to Dalton?
What would I bring to Dalton?
Yes, that's the question.
Yeah, I can promise you, ma'am, this will be my last video on you until I see you acting crazy at a meeting. I'm not going to even be watching the meetings no more. I'm going to just wait until I see a video of somebody saying your ass was at the meeting acting crazy. Then I'll probably react to that. But other than that, don't nobody give a fuck about you.
I can get the job done.
152 people proves that.
This is about going after a resident. We covered that, I think,
my 6-year-old daughter could get more than 152 damn votes.
You went after a resident trying to ask for. Would you like to explain that again? The resident.
Oh, once again, let me say this. I did not go after a resident. Once again, I went to a meeting. I'm sitting in the back, minding my own business. And Alicia Nicole fucked her up to come back to ask me whatever question because they were trying to get some footage for YouTube. Now, since she has so much anxiety and she's so under stress.
I don't know what incident she's talking about, but I was present in a live where Alicia Nicole was fucking with Keith Price, and he clearly didn't want to be bothered, and he told her as much, and she still kept fucking with him.
With an anxiety, should have told you to stay in your seat and not try to cause or have a moment. Now, I answered her question that she asked. Now, I'm sorry if the question that the answer that I gave you didn't suit your standard. Now, if you ask me a question and I answer it, now if you're not satisfied with the answer, that is not my problem. That is your problem. Now, the problem I had with her is when she got in my face and started putting her finger in my face and I'll be poke my damn eye. That's what I had a problem with. Now, she's gonna get her stressed out, anxiety stuff up on the podium and say, "Oh, I asked you about your question and she told me to go sit down." Then tell the people what you did in order for me to tell you to go sit down. That's not a problem with. I really don't. But what I have a problem with is when you get up in my face and bringing all this negative energy. I don't know anybody in their right mind when a person get up in their face and point their finger in their face and not have a reaction. And then she get on Jen's counter. "Oh, I'm 72 years old." No. When I told her to go sit down, she jumped up and was like, "I will whoop your ass out the head." This is the stuff that came out of this woman's mouth. But yet you got so much anxiety, but you're ready to fight. And this is why I told her, get out of my face and go have a seat. Because now the old me probably would have knocked out. But I didn't want to do that.
Bitch, you 56. You are the old you. What the hell?
But you will never get up in my face and start pointing your finger and almost damn near poke my eye. Now, she jumped up, I'm 62 years old, but then she get online. I'm 72 years old. But this is the same woman that literally just recently moved the dog and talk about how my dog is. Something wrong with the woman. And she got some type of issues or whatever going on. But what you will not do, You will not be getting up in my face and pointing the finger and saying all kind of crazy nasty stuff. Now that's why I draw the line. I don't care nothing about politics. I don't care nothing about position. Do not get in my personal space and start coming at me with all kind of crazy stuff. Because I've never once did anything like that to any of them. I've never got up anybody's face, and I've never done pointing my finger in anyone's face. I've never done anything of that nature.
Okay.
But, you know, people get online and make up stuff. You know, oh, she attacked me. Nobody put that me.
Okay. Another question. Why does Ms. Hopson Jordan think such a large swath of influencers came for her negatively when she decided to run? Does she think that had negative bearing in the community on her race?
Well, actually, the YouTubers, I tell people all the time, a lot of times the negative and the positive, it all works for your good.
You got 152 votes, so that ain't true. But most of the YouTubers don't live there. We can't influence no goddamn residents. They the ones that are actually there and have to deal with you. The only YouTubers may have brought light to people who may not have heard your comments. And so because they're YouTubers and residents watch them, they were able to hear the comments. But had you not put out comments for people to talk about, then they couldn't influence residents at all. But as you said, they already had their mind made up. You knew that when you decided to run, you just wanted to check it off your bucket list.
So what the YouTubers did, they actually made me well known. And everywhere I go, I get people approaching me and saying that, listen.
The YouTube, this bitch is delusional, like most bitches are. 152 people, and she said they made me well known. All right, she thinks she Tiffany for real.
We're rooting for you. So what they try to be for evil, it actually works out for my good. So I feel like personally, they thank all of them for putting my name in households that probably would have never been in the household. So you got to understand the good and the bad works together for the good.
Oh, that's true. What do you think about all the media covering this area?
Well, all the media covering this area is actually a good thing because, as I say, now the spotlight is on Mr. House, and now the pressure is on him. So now he has to do it. And guess what?
That'll represent like me.
To deliver. And guess what?
My bad, y'all, but this bitch is about to say something dumb as hell.
When he gets in that seat, he has $138 million deficit that he has to clear up. I get to wake up stress-free.
I get to wake up stress-free, but had you won, you wouldn't have been stress-free. You would have had to clear up that $138 million deficit. Do y'all see how this bitch really did not care about the job? Now she get to wake up stress-free. But you still gonna cause havoc in hell at the meetings, huh? Because you a petty old bitch.
Yes, I have verified that. Okay. What's more important, though, only making the noise or actually running to win to get the seat to make change?
Well, once again, if I get the seat because I know who I am and I know what type of worker I am.
You didn't make no noise.
And I know what I can do. So if I had got the seat, trust me, a month later, you would start to see changes. So, but in the midst of it, a lot of times noise is good. A lot of times there's a season when you got to confront a thing. So with all the situation and all the stuff that's been going on with Dalton, with all the Tiffany hit.
A month later, you would have seen changes. She not telling you what kind of changes you would have seen. Nope, ain't nobody seen her husband just like we ain't seen her supporters. This nigga wasn't on their campaign trail with her. She was always out there by her goddamn self.
So now that Tiffany is out of the way, now that we no longer have to deal with a Tiffany hit, because we got to realize it was House and the other trustees that created this situation. They're the one that made it aware that Tiffany was doing wrong. They're the one that created all of the buzz. So now that Tiffany is out of the way, the spotlight is on them. They got what they wanted, so let's see what they're going to do with it. So the noise was good because now it shines the spotlight. Let's see if they're going to do what they really.
It sounded like that's what she was saying. Without YouTube influencers, she would have got less than 152 votes.
Was the guy arrested that stole your sign in a video?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Was the person arrested that you showed on a video that stole your sign?
Why would a nigga need to steal your sign though? Just why? Nobody believed you were gonna win. You didn't even believe you was gonna win, bitch. Why would anybody need to steal your sign?
I'm not aware of that.
Well, no, well, I'm glad you asked that. Let's talk about that. So I actually went up to the police department and I filed a report. Now, Dr. Dan Officer Calvert actually did her job. You know, she acted like she was stressed out because she had to file a report. Your police officer, this is part of your job. This is what you signed on the bill. But because they knew I had went up to the police department and I had filed a report, they called the police department and was like, oh, well, we got all her signs right here. She can come pick them up. Like every last sign that I put out throughout the village, they followed me.
Bitch, the question was, did anybody get locked up for stealing your sign? The short answer should have been no. God damn. You talk too fucking much.
Around, and it was broke. Because how did you get out?
Man, I couldn't imagine being with this bitch every day. This is why we don't see her husband. That nigga left.
You were not following me around. Even the signs that up here on the residential property, they went around and took every last sign up.
Why?
So
why though? What would be the need for them to do that? You were not a credible threat, ma'am. And if you got your signs back and you put them back out and you still got 152 votes, what the fuck are we talking about here? You got the signs back, so you were able to put them back. They wasn't thrown away, trashed, or nothing. So your name was still visible, and you got 152 votes, Cassie.
You know, so because they didn't want to get in trouble, they called them and said, oh, well, you know, we got our signs. She can come pick them up. We'll make sure she get all of them back.
Nate got more than 152 votes, Cassie.
Oh. So why did you follow me around at the beginning when you got plenty of work that you need to be doing?
Would you even want to run again? It seemed like you were painted an outsider from the beginning. You may have answered this as well. Do you think?
Run against Jason again. He ain't going to even have to campaign. He just need 153 signatures. He got you beat.
This was a reflection of Dalton as a whole or a group?
Like I said, if I decide to run again, and a lot of people actually came up to me, a lot of the residents, and they were asking me that if I decided to run again, that I would have their full 100% support.
The sign stealing swung the vote. Also, to go with the sign stealing, that's almost a tongue twister. Also, to go with the sign stealing, we got Kiana Belt's daughter coming in and out the polling place too much. She ain't got nothing out of her hand. She ain't pulling nothing out of her hand. She ain't passing no documents over or nothing. She just coming in and out and talking to people. That too much. That swung the vote. Come on now. Clearly, she would have won had all this impropriety not been going on.
Yeah, a lot of residents, and they were asking me that if I decided to run again, that I would have their full 100% support.
Cap. 4 years later, stop the cap. It's going to be the same 152 people that voted for you this time. Actually, it might be less because a lot of them motherfuckers might be dead in 4 years. You know, it wasn't nothing but your old church members that voted for you, ma'am. Sister Mary Clarence and them. Sister Tasha. Deacon Jones. Niggas that's in their last days.
Because, and I think a lot of them say that because they kind of have the reputation about the candidates that's put in. A lot of people have reputations about it.
I have no idea, Peach. I have no control over the chat. I'm only reading questions. The mods take care of everything. A whole lot of Christians are acting poorly. I agree with that. You can't be a politician and be something.
Right, well, fuck it. Can we could just forget that Jason got 3,000 votes. We just gonna say it was 196 to 152. It was close. You lost, ma'am. Damn, you lost. We just gonna say he had 196 votes. We're gonna lead a 3,000 off. Why are you so upset? But you want to recount on that? But then if we do an official recount, then we got to add the 3,000 in. I would just take the 196 to 152 loss because it's going to look worse if we add the 3 in front of it. Hey, Sherry. She has been on social media more now since she got dog walked at the post. Maybe no, Sherry, see what it was dude stole the signs and she got them back. And so when she put the signs back out, people just, I guess, overlooked them because they were stolen and she got them back. That was the problem. She got her signs back and nobody voted. And the people that was going to invest in her, they didn't invest in her campaign. They just, if you win, we got you, but we're not going to help you get in there to make sure that we can be able to conduct this business because you will owe us a favor. So they didn't help campaign at all. They just was like, fuck it. She probably got like 79 cents worth of campaign donations.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely not sensitive. Nothing sensitive about it.
Well, they're talking about the 72-year-old lady again, that she really wasn't a threat. Conscious, was she really in the military?
What do you want to see my DD 214 for? Like people are so.
What did you do though? What did you do? You wasn't on the front line. Did you pass out? Were you a cook? Did you pass out a tennis ball? I mean, all the jobs in the military are not equal. They just aren't. I'm sorry. What did you do in the military? But shout out to you for serving. But I just, you using it as a flex. If you was a cook, don't nobody give a fuck you served in the military, bitch, you cooked. You were in no combat situations. You made breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You were safe as a motherfucker.
Crazy. No, I just got up and got a uniform and went to these different places and just said I was in the military. That's just
People do that though, man. It's called stolen valor. It happens, believe it or not.
Crazy thing that people ever hear.
We did check that out, Knowles. Yes, people.
Yes, I was in the military, but if you do your research, you would have known that.
But nobody can know that unless they've seen your DD 214. You can tell us anything. You could have a ROTC uniform on from high school talking about you in the military. Don't mean you served. Really, just not. The only proof is your DD 214.
We did check that out. Yes. I guess that. I'm sorry. That question was to me. Yes, we did check that out. Knowles.
No, I just like wearing military uniform.
Okay, I'm going through the comments. Ask questions. Questions like, why did you only get 191 votes if you're so well known? Come on, ask.
Not 191, it's 152. 191. That was Jason. He got 3,196. But at the time, it probably was 3,191. She got 152. But that's a legitimate question. She's sitting here popping shit, talking about YouTube has made her famous and so many people coming up to her when 152 people voted for her. That's not a whole bunch. That's not. And then motherfuckers telling her, well, if you run again, you got my 100% support. So they ain't vote for her this time.
Ask some questions. The
same reason why they're on this podcast want to hear everything that I have to say. Yeah.
Well,
people like watching train wrecks.
Trolling
and they want to see you, how you acting after getting your ass whooped. They want to see if you humble or not. She talking all this shit. This lady is finna fade into the black. She ain't gonna be in no damn meetings.
Sounding like a sore loser.
Because as she's come to find out, it's a couple of YouTubers that's Dalton residents that won't mind laying hands on her. So she's not gonna be with the shit.
Go away, you go away.
Exactly. That's it. But if I'm sounding like a sore loser, they open up your page by you.
Okay, Peach, whatever you said, you've been given another chance by a
Yes, they watching Conscious, and your so loser ass just so happened to be up there. If you weren't up there, I'm sure the people that were watching Conscious would have still been over there. She got her own little fan base that's there with or without you. You think too highly of yourself. Just like somehow your ass was watching Dalton Politics and seeing somebody posted me cutting you and Kiana arguing out because your ass was under that motherfucker like hell, coming to everybody. You were watching, ma'am. You didn't block me on Facebook. You knew that was my goddamn page. And you still brought your ass over there coming. Why is that? And you lived the experience. So you would already live through it, but you decided to come over and respond to people that watched the 8-minute clip and had something to say. That's crazy.
Let me see. I'm trying to find legitimate questions, please. Thank you, Peach. Now, when you lose Dick, it was only to get attention that you ran. The story keeps changing.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Did you read?
Attention for what though? What is she gonna turn this attention into? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense that she's saying I did it for attention unless she just wanted 15 minutes of fame, literally. So what are you gonna do with the attention? Because if you don't keep doing shit to keep attention, then people are gonna forget about you. So what exactly were you trying to do with the attention? Make sure that people knew fire hydrants ain't working in 2025. And I can't remember the last time I seen a fire truck anywhere hooked up to a motherfucking fire hydrant. I just haven't seen this. I don't know. She is 56. She probably used to the fire trucks where they rode around with buckets of water and shit. They didn't have actual hoses and stuff. She grew up in the Negro League era and shit.
Here's where you were allowed to post campaign signs. Okay, that's a question. About the campaign signs, were they?
Even they, like I said, they were even going up on residents' property selling the signs.
Nobody got locked up for it though. That was the question asked. Did anybody go to jail? No, they did not. What resident came out and said, hey, somebody stole my Cassandra Hopson Jordan sign. Like, can you show a text message or a phone call or ring doorbell footage of someone stealing a Cassandra Hopson Jordan sign? This doesn't make sense. Why? I'm just saying, why would they feel the need to? I'm just saying, I could understand. Now, Jason didn't even come out and say Tiffany folks were stealing his signs. Tiffany didn't come out and say Jason folks were stealing her sign. But they want to steal your regular ass signs. Man, the real election was when Tiffany lost to Jason. And she lost bad too. Y'all really, if y'all think about it, Tiffany only got 300 some more votes than Cassie. That's saying a lot. And she was in office for 4 years and she fed the people, had her name on everything. Ice rink and could put her daughter name on a skating rink.
We appreciate $1, but we would rather have 10. We appreciate $20, but we would rather have 50. We appreciate $50, but we would rather have 100. We appreciate $100, but we would rather have 200. Thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20. But thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sir.
Sherry, you should come over to the MoneyBoy Trade channel. That's where everybody is. I'm just streaming on both of my channels, but everybody on the MoneyBoy Trade channel. Thank you, First Lady. The signs were picked up if they were in places they should have been. Clean house signs were taken up as well. I don't think that lady had no damn signs took, except for the ones that she said the police gave back to her. She is a mess. Oh shit. Anything, just take it. Why won't you just take your? I thought you were supposed to be with family. Talking about how much publicity you got in your newfound fame and your 152 votes. I thought they were there to console you. And I said she had 10 signs. How many of them did she write herself? She had the homemade sign, like the yard sale signs.
If you go watch on my page, I did a video because I had residents that called me and asked me could I bring mine back. So they were asking what up on their property, still at the time they were pissing residents off.
That video is never coming out. For what? What would be the purpose of that?
Yes, Kiki, lots of internet phone carriers in here.
Well, you know, one thing I'm learning, we got a lot of internet dates. Yeah, a lot of them are.
You one of them, ma'am. You are one of them.
They sit behind the people.
Because according to you, when even with Kiana, you could click that link, it'll bring you over to the other live, Miss Sherry. Hold on, I lost my damn train of thought. Let me.
One thing I'm learning, you got a lot of internet.
Oh, you said when Kiana come up, you said I heard everything, even when I was at the Food for Less. So you mean to say she was in your face saying something to you and you ain't say nothing, but then you got on the internet talking about it. Then while she was up there, you didn't insult her, call her big back or none of that. But when she left, you had some shit to say. That's internet gangster. Then you came in my comment section and called her a big back and all that other shit. Like your back ain't big. But you didn't say that in her face. So you were the prime example of a damn internet gangster, ma'am.
Gangsters. Yeah, a lot of them are they sit behind the keyboard and they real tough behind the keyboard. But a lot of them that did a lot of the keyboard research, whenever I asked them in their face, they were like fighting out. They were scared open about to say anything.
Pointy End says thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Okay. French. Anybody got questions instead of stupid comments? Thank you, French.
Yeah, she's under my video that I did, the cutout that I did of her and Kiana talking. She's under there. Like when I last checked, she had did 6 comments because she was responding to people's opinion on the video. I ain't scared of Kiana. Ain't nobody scared of Big Bat. Yeah, I think I didn't delete them. They should still be there. I hearted all of them because that's just what I do. If I feel the need to talk shit back, I do. Like I commented back after I hardened it. You ain't say that shit when she was on the panel. And this is after losing. Why do you even care?
Yes, I did. Succeeding. I did check her military record with my own precious eyes. Yes, I did.
There's no way you could have done that unless she showed it to you because it's not public record. So unless Cassie personally showed it to you, you're lying.
Let me see. Why are your comments disabled on your Facebook page? I don't know. Why are your comments disabled on your Facebook page? Somebody wants to know.
Because she pussy.
Because they need to get a life.
Why do you treat people so poorly if you want to be elected?
Well, first of all, how I treat people is your perception.
Thank you, succeeding. We have another person saying thank you for your service as well. There's a lot of comments. What made you question the credibility of the firefighters in Dalton? I think we talked about that, Elston.
Because we never see them. We never see them come out.
When the fuck are you supposed to see the fight? Ma'am, do you see police officers out when they not at work? That is some stupid shit. We don't see the firefighters out. That's why I'm criticizing them. What are they? I don't see the firefighters out either, man, when they not at work. I don't know if they fucking firefighters unless they license plate said, because they don't walk around in their fucking uniforms. This is stupid. What are they supposed to do? You are not like what are you saying? They need to be at high schools talking to the kids. What are they supposed to be out doing, ma'am? I'm curious. Other than putting out fucking fires.
Oh, I don't think so, Pointy. I've asked quite a few of your questions, and I didn't think they were rude and disrespectful. I didn't think that. She was planning on running a.
Nigga, they didn't see you out until you started running for mayor. You a whole pastor. How come as a pastor don't nobody see you out preaching to the motherfuckers in the streets?
Harvey, were you planning on running in Harvey?
Well, when I went to, every time I drive through Harvey, it's really sad situation.
Okay.
And I had said one day that I didn't run for a mayor. Either Dalton or Harvey, because both of these towns need help really bad.
Laura has a question. You lack any compassion. How do you claim to be a woman of God or a politician?
And how do you claim to know what I lack? That sounds crazy.
Because they can observe the behavior that you're putting on display for everyone to see. The same way you're able to judge people off the behavior that you see, like you judging a 72-year-old woman off the behavior and the interaction that you had with her. But it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when they do it. Fuck
them. Another with the questions. Elton says, thank you very much for your service. Elton, I'm not going to ask that question. Come on. You know, I've been in the VA hospital mental health on the 10th floor in Albany, New York. Come on.
Well, tell Elton, if that's his question, it never takes one to know one.
Come on, Elton. Elton, we've talked.
Tell Elton, stop trying to have a moment.
Keep it respectful. And
tell Elton there, he's trying to have whoever Elton needs, whoever he or she is trying to have a moment.
Elton, I've been on the 10th floor at the VA hospital in Albany a good many times. So that's
whatever that means.
A question. How has your experience in this election shaped your understanding of the hopes and challenges faced by Dalton residents?
Well, here's the thing. My experience in this election, and this is what we truly have to start doing. Whoever gets these seats, we have to start holding people accountable. We have to stop voting off personalities and things of that nature.
That's what you got out of running? Ma'am, you didn't even vote for yourself or the lady that you had on your ticket. You would have had 153 votes had you had voted for yourself. That was the dumbest shit I heard. You didn't even vote. And because I don't just give politicians my vote. Nigga. They wasn't talking about the presidential election.
We have to start holding our elected officials accountable, because at the end of the day, it is your money that you get salary from them. So technically, they work for you. And we have to start holding.
I don't think she would have talked to you, Sherry.
Accountable. So, and since I'm glad all of this,
you were working with the ops. She wasn't gonna talk to you.
I'm glad all of this is taking place, because now it is truly shining a light on these elected officials, and also for the voters. A lot of you all, you gotta stop complaining about what's not happening when you don't hold these elected officials accountable. And then you cannot be mad.
But they just held the elected official accountable who they felt was the problem. They felt the problem was Tiffany. So they got her up out of there. They didn't feel like the trustees were the problem. That's why they were voted back in. I'm just saying. Edward Steve, he's been in there before, but he's the wild card. But yeah, the people didn't apparently. Well, hell, for them to re-put him back in, he's been in there before. Apparently, they felt like he didn't do a bad of a job. He wasn't part of the problem. So they put him back in office. They could have voted for somebody else in its spot. That's what I'm saying, man. You're acting like the people are ignorant and dumb. Their complaints was about Tiffany not being transparent and misusing funds. They got to watch the trustees argue with her about being transparent and misusing funds. They got to see the lawsuits where the trustees sued her about being transparent and mismanaging funds. They got to see the news sue y'all, well, sue that administration for mismanagement and misuse of funds. They got to see Keith Freeman get indicted for some shit. They got to see the acting police chief get indicted for some shit. These are all Tiffany people, not the trustees. So yes, I don't think they're going to complain about Jason unless he does the exact same thing that Tiffany did.
And if you keep recycling the same people and keep expecting a different result. As I stated, I don't want to hear a complaint from anyone. If you put in what you want, then you have to be mature enough to deal with the consequences of your choice.
Question. And people in the chat, quick question before your question, so I don't read off the same comments that are coming in. Do you think you would have been do you think you would have done better with an image media consultant?
I want to learn about all that stuff. Like, listen, when people say I want transparency,
And neither were the people that were investing in you. If you won, they weren't worried about it either.
you need to see the purpose of who they really are. And this is what I talk about when they talk about.
Now, what if those investors, even though you lost, they'd be like, well, shit, Jason's in there. This could alleviate some of the debt. Let's just go holler at him. What if they partner with him anyway because it's a national news story? So, you know, they just want to work with him because they are businessmen at the end of the day. Well, how would you feel?
A lot of people say, well, you know, she was so nice. We didn't know that was her. Well, listen, people need to stop showing their representatives. Just be who you are. I don't have time to be sitting around being fake and phony and trying to be something that I'm not. What you see is what you get. I am Cassandra all day, every day. I don't have time to be trying to paint a certain image. I am who I am.
Where are the investors that you said you were bringing in? You stood.
You won't have it. You won't have it.
What is all the bankruptcy and evictions on your background? Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Question. What steps do you think are necessary to?
You ain't had to read that question, white woman. You ain't read Alston question. You just said, oh, we're not gonna do that. But you want to read the question about the motherfucking financial shit on her background and act like you shocked. Let's listen to it. She played a Karen moment. You didn't have to put that question up.
Investors that you said you were bringing in.
Somewhere minding their business, and you will not have access to it.
You stood on its simple running a town, treat it like a business. What is all the bankruptcy and evictions on your background? Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh golly.
Question. What steps?
Oh shucks.
Do you think are necessary to unite? I want to comment on that. What is all the bankruptcy and evictions on your background? Hey, Knowles, do you know about all the bankruptcies, foreclosures, and all of that on the trustees and Jason House's background? I want to comment on that. Do you know about Jason House foreclosures, bankruptcy, all the other trustees? So I did want to comment on that.
Oh, shucks. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious.
Community moving forward.
Gee, golly whiz.
And the outcome of all of this.
Well, the steps we've taken is, and this is just a personal problem. A lot of these residents just have to have a mind to think of their own. And one of the things is we got to stop having this preconceived notion about who a person is, and stop prejudging people and all this crazy stuff that I've seen going on.
Thank you, Allison. Yeah, Choose has good questions. That was from Choose Compassion. Thanks. I finally am here with someone actually answering questions. Are you planning to move to Harvey so you can actually be a candidate?
Well, no, you know what? I would not move to Harvey, but what I will do, I would love to rehab some of those properties, some of those houses back in there. But then when I look at Harvey's Fair,
isn't he indicted?
Yeah, yeah.
And they just brought him back in. What about, are you considering Riverdale, Dixmoor, and other towns that are in bad shape?
Actually, there are few. I've spoken to some of the people that actually live in certain villages. And like I said, I won't mention them until I know for sure which one that I would actually work with.
Yes, Julia, mental health is a real thing, and I suffer from combat PTSD. So if anybody else wants to run with the story, Conscious has been in a mental institution in Albany, New York at the VA. Look up the 10th floor. Yes, I've been there many times. Combat PTSD, it's a bitch. I'm glad you are up today too. Oh, you're at the VA with your dad too, Succeed. Thank him for his service as well. Okay, here's a question. Based on your experience, what advice would you give to future young leaders in Dalton about listening to and addressing the needs of the community?
Well, what I would people that especially long and want to go to politics, stand your ground and form your own opinion about things, and don't let people paint a narrative for you. Because when I look at the younger ones that are out there that's running for positions, and I'm looking at how the older people, how they love them, how they drag them, how they didn't encourage them, it was just really sad. So I say to young people that want to get in politics, one of the main things is stand your ground. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Don't let anybody persuade you. Don't let money persuade you. Whatever it is that you want to do, go out.
It's persuade, ma'am, not persuade. Persuade with a D.
And just stand your ground.
Let's see. Well, I don't think she no longer cares about her town succeeding. Do you want to address that? You no longer care about your town?
Well, it's not that I no longer care about my town succeeding. I want to stand that.
Clearly, you don't care about your town succeeding, because if it's about succeed, when they asked you, would you still give the investors to the current administration? You said, hell no, get it out the bud. I ain't sharing my plug with you.
Your candidate do his job.
I'm looking for questions. Hey, Wyoming, good to see you.
Yeah, that's his job. If that's what the people want, and the people got the choice of what it is that they wanted, then who am I to get in the way? That's not true. What he's going to be paid to do.
You a hater.
Yeah, that's a good point. Succeeding, people file bankruptcy for different reasons. It all takes is some of their healthcare. Yeah, healthcare. My goodness. I don't know.
I think the scientific term for what you are is a sour apple bitter bitch. I think that's the scientific term.
To answer that, Alston, how much did you spend on your campaign?
200.
I spent on my campaign, this is what I want people to know. I believe in paying, but don't need it. If I'm running to a position, then I should be able to pay for whatever it is that I'm doing. So when people say, well, where's the money? Honey, this is why I work. I pay for whatever it is that I want. So I don't believe in like all the other candidates, whatever, paying people for money. The taxpayers are already paying their taxes. So I don't believe in begging. I believe in working for whatever it is that I do. So I wanted to their position, and whatever cost that came with it, I believe in footing the bill.
You're gonna suck at politics.
I didn't need one on my team.
Damn, a one-man army.
Did Miss Hopson Jordan want to get across to the listeners?
Her investors didn't even want to invest in her a campaign team. Her husband wasn't even part of her campaign team. Pay attention.
Conscious's audience when she reached out to you.
Well, the message that I want to, whatever is inside of you to do, whatever dreams or whatever goals that you have, go for it. As I stated, one of my goals was to actually my career, and I did that. And when I got started that book and I saw my name on that ticket, then guess what? I can check it off my list. It's something I started. It's something I finished. I said that in the beginning, and I'm gonna keep saying it once again. Whatever is inside of you to do, go after your dreams, go after your goals. Now, with all the great stuff that came against me, I could have easily gave up, but that was a personal goal that I set for myself. And at the end of the day, however way it turned out, I did what was in me to do.
I don't know how to pronounce this person's name. Why did you have bankruptcies or foreclosures on your record? It's a fair question.
But first and foremost, I've never had foreclosures on my record. And then as far as bankruptcy, it's called life. People go through life. People, you're gonna have situations that you face. And if you keep living long enough, you're gonna have stuff that you're gonna have to deal with.
And I want to reiterate, because this is probably an old question. I want to reiterate. Ask Jason House, Kiana Belcher. Ask all of the trustees how many.
But here's the question. How is your financial record? Pull up your financial record and let us see how you have your finance, since you're so concerned about my finance.
And ask the trustees
He's
how many
fancy.
foreclosures and bankruptcies that they have, because I have, and I know they have a lot. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And I'm probably behind on the questions. I don't think she understands politics, Conscious. I'm not being rude, but you may have to explain to her she needs to be a resident of the other towns, Harvey, Dixmoor.
I already know that I need to be a resident of the other town. I understand politics. That's basic 101.
Well, you got to move to Harvard then, motherfucker.
What key issues were important to the residents you spoke? Wait a minute. What key issues were most important to the residents you spoke with during your campaign? What were the issues most important?
The most key issue were the housing problem and business opinion.
That sounded like your issues.
Oops. Okay, question. Since you didn't get elected, would you be willing to help the community?
As I said earlier, yes, there are a couple of communities that I am willing to help in that, as far as investing in properties, restoring properties in those areas. Yes, I am willing. But I will not display one yet because I haven't.
How did you check your email trustee Belcher would like to get on now?
That question I understand.
Brittany Norwood. She can just click on the link that I posted in the chat. Okay. I'm trying to look for questions. And I apologize to everybody. If you put question before the comment, what was your campaign strategy while running for mayor?
What was my strategy? My strategy was to run.
Okay.
Well, that's not a good strategy. My strategy was to run. She's 56.
I understand that life happens, but how can you expect people to trust that you will handle Dalton's finances?
I don't expect you to expect anything.
You didn't have to expect it. You had to expect to be able to fix it. That
your question,
you taking a job.
Brittany Norwood, there's a link. All she has to do is click on it, or you. Okay. I'm skipping through these because I just want to see questions. Okay.
Big Booty Belcher hit the link so fast.
Yes, I did post the link. Should I post it again? There it is. There we go. Question. A question. What do you expect the residents to vote when you don't vote? And yes, I have seen your records.
And because once again, I don't just give anybody my vote. Giving you my vote is free.
Yes, Brittany, you are very welcome to come on here. See Kiana Belcher. Welcome, Miss Belcher.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
On that ass.
How you doing?
So I'm wonderful. I was just listening to the YouTube, and I seen that there were some comments about my daughter. That's what made me log on, because when people start, especially talking about family or things that they don't know correctly, so I wanted to just get on and do some clarification.
Okay, clear it up.
I know.
Okay, clear it out. You wasn't brash. You ain't have all that bravado. Internet gangster. Big Booty Belcher came and made you shut what they call the fuck up.
daughter has been working for the Board of Elections since she was 17 years old. I'm sure with 152 votes that you got, you daughter did something very unethical and not professional at all. If you had credentials, you would know that you can go in and out of the polling place with credentials to get the numbers of how many people that voted and how many people that didn't vote. For you to just get on this public forum and say something like that, I just find it very disheartening. I find it, you know,
I find it very disheartening a lot of the stuff you guys have said.
Okay, excuse me. I'm not you saying you guys. Have I ever said anything to you?
I heard it all.
Have I ever said anything to you?
I heard it all. You went to the nasty look. I heard it all. You just went out how you came up to the last guy in front of my face and put your fucking
got in one of your people's face. What people? You said you were your own campaign team, but why didn't you address that shit at the Food for Less, motherfucker? Why are you addressing it on campaign night when you got 152 votes? You gave me dirty looks. Grow up, ma'am.
in your face and called me a pity play. I heard it all.
Okay.
I heard it all.
So I said, so I didn't come on here to argue. I came on here to just be very clear that my daughter would never jeopardize the job that she's been doing since
So all I
17
said
years
was,
old.
I told her something get it out of the house. That's not true.
And so what?
That's very clear. That's not true.
What does that have to do with anything? That wouldn't change the 152 votes you got.
Okay. Thank you.
Kiana, before you leave, Kiana, because I don't know that. I don't know anything about polling agents. So
Yeah, you have to have credentials. You have to have credentials to go in and out of the polling place. When you have credentials, you can go in there and see how many people have voted. You can't see who they voted for, but you can see how many people voted. And if anybody that's in the political realm would know that.
That's all I'm saying. At least Kamal was in that empty ass parking lot with Tiffany. Where was this woman husband? He ain't give a fuck about her political career.
That's how I go in and out.
okay, hold on.
Now that was not a lie, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay,
But thank you. I appreciate it.
okay, hold on. Wait, please. Damn it, no, I forgot. I thought I got confused. Somebody here said it was she's an elected
She's what? She's an election judge.
election judge. Okay,
That's correct.
what is the difference? What is an election judge?
Election judges are the people that work in the polling place on election day for early voting. Those are the people that when you go in to place your votes, they're handling the steps step by step.
Okay, because when I go into my polling place, I see people there. They sit and stand there. I've never seen them outside, so I'm confused.
That's a poll watcher. Those are different than the people. And she's saying coming in and out. They have lunch breaks. They're there for 12, 13 hours. So they have lunch breaks. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So what? And I don't think she's put anything in his hand, but whatever you may say. Nevertheless, that has nothing to do with her jeopardizing her job for, I have no idea how many votes came out of that particular precinct, but I just want to make sure that she's on a public forum giving this information about my child. I need to get on here and correct it.
Okay. I said she kept coming in and out. It's not a lot.
And she can do whatever she wants. She's grown.
Well, I'm just
Want you to go ahead and out your job?
Exactly.
Okay.
She kept coming in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Was that a
understand.
lie?
No, not. Now, you talking about her giving somebody the paper. You talking about her giving somebody the paper is a lie.
What's the problem?
You're talking about people giving somebody a paper is a lie. But anyway,
No, I didn't say anybody gave anybody a paper.
that is what you just said. You just said she gave Jason House a paper. Rewind the tape.
I didn't say
You just said. That is
I
what you just
just
said.
kept coming in and out. I said she whispered in his ear.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't get to argue with anyone, but I want to make sure that when you start speaking of stuff, make sure that you speak of it correctly.
No, I'm not making up anything. And I'm not saying to you. So next time you guys start making up stuff. and when you start
She's
making
so
up stuff, it's gonna work.
childish.
Okay.
She childish as
You're
hell.
not listening to this.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I don't want here to defend me. I can't want here to defend my child.
I got this. You know, that's what your job is to-
Ken, I've got a really important question to ask you, and this is very serious. Because
Conscious.
that's me.
Conscious.
Me.
Has she muted?
No, I'm not muted.
You said she wrote
I'm not muted. Ken,
she muted and knows what I'm saying. Hello, it's accusing.
I don't know who's talking.
I don't know. Do you just enter, hang up, conscious?
No,
I can't see it. Your piece. I know. Tell me what you said.
Can you, I'm curious about the 12-page report on St. Patrick's. Can you address that?
No, I think I'm here to address that because I'm not doing any interviews today. I just wanted to be clear about my daughter. That's all. All right. Thank you.
Can we get that 12-page report? How do we get it?
I don't know. Maybe you should FOIA because I don't have a 12-page report, but I'm sure you do the freedom of information. If it's something that has to go through the village of Dawson, it should be readily available to you.
Oh, we tried.
Well, you need to contact the Attorney General's office then if you didn't receive it.
Okay. Well, I asked you because, you had it.
I did not have a 12-page report unless you're talking about an engineer's report from 2023 or 2024, then the $1 billion should be able to provide it to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we have for you. A few people have. But it's a serious question. And while you're on here, I appreciate you coming on.
No problem. When somebody starts talking about your family, especially if it's not children, if it's children, you know, when you get into politics, some people are all fine. Now, why you talking over me? Why you talking over me? Not your family. So now you're talking about my daughter. I'm talking about anything I said that comes out of my mouth. But that's why I came on conscious, okay?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kiana. You're welcome here.
Not a problem. I'm going back to my victory celebration.
Party! Cassie 152.
Okay, I'm just sorry. Let's see. Do we have any more questions?
She's so busy watching the
I
check.
am sorry.
They can get it out, but they can't take it.
Do they not live in the same 5-mile radius?
But she hadn't dished anything out though.
Yeah.
That we've seen.
And I appreciate Kiana getting on here. We give Kiana a lot of shit. We do. Oh, we call out elected officials. That's what we do on here. Does anybody have any questions? But y'all live in the same area.
All right, y'all. It's 23 more minutes left of that interview or whatever the fuck that was. I don't really need to hear no more. And plus, I got to get off before 2 hours so I can let the StreamYard AI do what it do and make up all these clips out this video of me cussing this crazy bitch out. I think I will be back live tonight with shocking and strange news story. It's going to involve a lot of white women tonight that I don't know what's up with these white women and sleeping with these goddamn teenagers, but these motherfuckers is risking it all. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I will see y'all in 6 minutes over on Truth Hurts. She's about to go live. Until the next episode. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the thick bitch. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, with my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Stay high, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hop it, cook it, whip it, ship it till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving back niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we gon' eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pour up, oh, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm too geek, walking by myself but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me money boy, or you can call me nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island cause I like my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island cause I love my love for choosy. When we link it's a movie, she busted like a Uzi. I love the way she do me, I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quick hit. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quick hit. Name pleading, sorry, baby, asking for forgiveness. Bow, bow,